Hello. Before we get into the video for this week, let's give a round of applause to the lip combo. I'm obsessed, but no, literally, I'm fucking obsessed. Like, not only because I feel cute, I feel see you next Tuesday. Like, I've been looking for a lip combo that works for me for years, and I'm finally blossoming into the makeup girly I've always wanted to be. I literally feel so...
Do you or do you not feel bonita?
I feel so bonita. What I was meant, like, I feel literally just like, But yeah. As I was saying, okay, so we're getting into this week's video. It's been a while since I did one of these. It's a rapid fire. What I've been reading, what I will be reading. Books. Books make us hotter. Books make us smarter. Books are just... they're man's best friend. Not in animal form. Whatever I'm saying. It's like, I'm right. So yeah, rapid fire. So I've read 8 books so far in the year. We're more than halfway through since we just finished July. And, you know, not bad. I'm reading 2 books right now. A book about manifestation, and then Still Life with Woodpecker by Tom Robbins, which is a really good book. I just have not been in a reading mood over the last couple weeks. Been pretty burnt out on some things, but I'm taking a break from those, and then this weekend I will be reading all 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty, because I haven't watched the show. I want to watch the show, but I wanted to actually read the books first before, because I read all the Boys I Loved Before books for the first time this year, because I love and I'm obsessed with the movies, and I watch them every year on Valentine's Day. And so I actually, and like that gave me a lot of insight into like the actual characters, and I feel like I actually like the book characters compared to the movie. Like, it was just like, of course it's like obviously like what you really get is just like the meat and bones of the character. You get more, and like I feel like some characters are more likable, some characters are less likable. I think Peter was better in the books for sure, and Jen is worth. That was my main 2 points. Team Kavinsky forever. So the first book I read was How to Date Men When You Hate Men, and it was not the format that I thought it was. I thought it's definitely more comical than it is scientific, even though I didn't look back. I do think it's like cites some sources, of course, but it was definitely like a comical book versus one other book. I'll put it right here. I can't remember the title of it, but it's like, why does he do that? There's a couple that I've seen that I think are more scientific rather than comical, so I thought it was gonna go that way, but of course it feels like sometimes when you get like something more like contemporary, I feel like it sometimes feels like a regurgitation of what you hear on social media, because people like read that first and then kind of regurgitate it. So unfortunately I felt like I heard some of those talking points beforehand on social media, but that's not to detract from the book. But yeah, so it was alright. I don't know if I'd recommend it per se. There are other books that I showed earlier that I kind of want to get into further before. So yeah. Then I read The Great Gatsby. That was the first time I read it, because I don't know why, but I literally, when it came to reading the books in high school, I like refused. Like, if it was assigned, I wasn't gonna read it. So The Great Gatsby is something that I missed out on. It's worth a reread. Easy to like resonate with his motivations. I mean, of course, that's kind of like what it is meant to be. It's like American classic, American dream. But I liked it overall, and I would definitely like go back to it to kind of see if there's anything else I can gather. Especially with me like being on the latter part of my 20s. You know, whether or not it's correct, the frontal cortex finally forming after 25. I know there's so many things that I see so differently now, like maturity wise. So it's like, I feel like it would have been worth a read like when I was in high school and like a little bit less mature, and then like reading it again at this point in time, and then I would have kind of like had further insight. But of course, once I come back to it, maybe like a year or two, maybe I'll have some more insight. And then also like reading other books and things, possibly from the same time period that it was released, could shed some themes and things that I didn't see. The next book, because it's rapid fire, Women Don't Owe You Pretty. I think this was kind of on par with How to Date Men When You Hate Men. It's like a little bit of a contemporary author who have read it before me, and so they kind of regurgitate the talking points on social media. But I actually did like that, you know, it was a white woman, and she did acknowledge how different intersectional feminism can be between like people of color versus white, and like just how the identity of yourself is so integral into like what feminine is, like how it changes, like what we can acknowledge. I really thought that was very, very good. Overall, I liked it. I would recommend that one for sure. I'm gonna probably get rid of some books as I go through them, and that's one that I wanted to keep. The next one I read was Gone Girl. I just have like one really, like, it was funny as hell. Like, honestly, like, while I was reading it, like, throughout the entire thing, I was just like, it's just funny how she can literally plan her entire murder and pin it against her husband because he's such adult. I think that's fucking hilarious. He was like, and like, of course the movie is so good. Like, I think, what is it, David Fincher? Great director. If I didn't get his name right, it's off the top of my head, so we'll see. And then just like the ending, interesting. She's psychopathic, but it's like, was she wrong though? It's like supporting women's wrong. And then the last book that I fully read was One Day by David Nichols. I was pleasantly surprised I liked this one, even though it involves cheating. One book that I read, I'm just gonna put it here because I can find it, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't like a cheating trope. I know it's so prevalent in adult writing. Like, of course, like, there are cheaters in the world. Like, we can't deny that. But, like, I hate, like, when it's a man cheating. And this is just, like, a general complaint, so I don't think it has, like, really any merit because it's just me, like, in my personal opinion. And, like, sometimes the cheating does push the narrative. It does push the story forward, but it's like when a man cheats in a story, it's derivative, unoriginal. Like, really, dude, of course you fucking cheated, you're a fucking imbecile. And then when a woman cheats, it's like that just doesn't automatically make her a complex character. So it's like, that's where I have my gripe with it. But like, obviously, like, me kind of getting more into reading, I feel like I can develop like different senses as I go on. So that's just like my current like thoughts about it. So yeah, I'm also reading Charlie y la Fábrica de Chocolate. I am working on my Spanish. So one method was like encouraged, where you just read in your target language and you don't worry about vocabulary because it will be repeated. And so far, I really like it. I think it's a good method, and it's good for me because, one, I like reading, and then two, it just makes it easy, something that I can do every day. And it works on my pronunciation because I read aloud, so I very much like that. Kind of like my TBR, it's like, this is not a set in stone. I change my mind all the time when it comes to this. So some that I'm kind of like toying around with, getting back to once I finish, is The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. I'm very excited for this book. I've always wanted to read it. I'm very excited, to say the least. The Feminine Mystique, you know, I'm still on a feminist journey myself and learning about that, so I would like to, like, you know about some of the original texts on it. Girls That Invest, you know, trying to be smarter with my money. I'm semi-impulsive and then also semi-irresponsible, so yeah, we'll say that. Think and Grow Rich, you know, I like self-help books, obviously. That was gonna, like, originally I wrote a TBR for like the entire year, and I had it set for like one book a week. have divulged very much from it. But it was supposed to be like my summer book, like my birthday month book for July. So I still think like I want to take a crack at it because I've never read Stephen King, and obviously it is such a horror classic. So yeah. And then Stardust by Neil Gaiman. I've seen the movie, not watched the book, but I've read a few Neil Gaiman. Coraline forever ago. I would love to reread that. And then Stardust I thought would be an interesting one since it's like very sci-fi fun romance book. So, and then just like that is it. But yeah, it's like, remember to shop local if you can, shop used, read a lot, use your libraries, because literally I am the kind of person, it's like I am not like an Amazon girly. I do like getting the occasional package every now and then, but overall I would much rather find something in store than shop online. And then, you know, like just like thinking about nowadays, like your dollar, it does have power, and so like where you want to spend it, I think you should go into the local economy because that's always going to benefit like you and the people around you. So I love to support that in that way. So yeah, that is it. That is my my hot girl list of books this year. I'll update you guys in the latter part of the year, a little mid-year update. But yeah, keep on reading, have fun with it, take it at your pace, and enjoy the books you read. Love, love, love. So yeah, thanks you guys for watching. All my socials will be listed down below, and thank you, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.